Number 57 out of Murray Bridge. So great field, Jake Morrell. Getting set to push off the back half. If you've got the starting lineup, mate, let her rip.
Certainly do. This is Speed Cars Heat Race number 1, brought to you by PSH Electrical. Starting on pole will be the V14 of Dan Timberlake. On the outside will be the V57 of Troy Hose. Starting in P3 will be the V50 of Ash Booker. On the outside will be the S57 of Robert Hurd. Out of P5 will be the V10 of Travis Miller. On the outside will be the S6E of Caleb Curry. At a P7 will be the V22 of Joey Lostich. At a P8 will be the N11 of Jay Waugh. At a 9 will be the 97 of Matt Jackson. At a 10 will be the V75 of Jack Day. And out of 11 will be the V71, making her debut here at Premier Speedway, Zoe Pearce. This run brought to you by PSH Electrical.
PSH Electrical has over 20 years of electrical experience in the domestic and commercial fields, whether it be household fit-outs, domestic maintenance, office and shop fit-outs, right through to commercial maintenance. Every project, big or small, gets the same attention to detail and high-quality service. PSH Electrical provides services to Warrnambool and surrounding towns with no place too far, providing Warrnambool's best domestic and commercial electrical services. So if you need a sparky, why not give PSH Electrical a try? Call them today on 0429 264 774. PSH Electrical, proud to be supporters of the Premier Speedway Club.
Getting set to go. So hot laps completed for the speed cars of the Beasley Memorial a little bit earlier on. Due to some talent on the main straightaway, see Stevie Treek sitting up there, Ryan O'Keefe, Dylan Wilshire, and some guy I can't recognise. So real talent on the main straight. Speed cars getting some hot laps, Jake, on a reworked surface.
Certainly are. They'll spread themselves out here. I know we've got a little bit of a prize pack to give away thanks to Sacrifice Scooters that we'll do a little bit later on. Gary Ross at H3 Stockfeed Simpson Speedway last night, I believe, asked a question to our crowd to hand out a prize pack.
Yes, that's correct. Absolutely, Jake.
Have you got one lined up? We won't go to you now.
Good.
But if you got one lined up, maybe a little bit later on for one of our special members, a part of the crowd here, thanks to Sacrifice Scooters. As hot laps continue here for heat race number 1 for our speed cars. We watch with interest for a number of cars around here. Travis Mills makes his way out into turn 1 and 2. Just drifters off a little bit. Curry out there as well. You can just see some hand signals as well coming at Jay Waugh. That left hand was just down. I wonder if he's just trying to flag down an infield official or see what might be happening. I know that sun is starting to set, whether that is taking any effect to the drivers. Oh, you've seen in some of the winglesses, they actually had the sun visor all taped up with some race tape. They're making do where they can, but this track is coming in nicely after a little bit of reworking, especially in turn 1 and 2. And as Gavin White said, they essentially are trying a couple of different methods, and you can see that that bottom groove there is unrolled in, I'm going to say, unrolled in. So essentially we're waiting and seeing that the drivers use that mid to high track, and that bottom pole line will roll itself in. So the quickest way around maybe isn't the bottom at this point, Gav.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. You're spot on, and we'll watch it with interest and continue to learn and see it evolve as we look towards the main straightaway, the Speedway Shop S6E. You really need Harry and Allison in their best Kiwi accent to roll that off the tongue, to really understand what the S6E means. It's a bit like the mudget
we
talk about. Gary, you can practice. I know what you're trying to get me to do, but it's the S6E, the Speedway Shop entry of Caleb Curry, the Kiwi. Finished on the podium. It was a narrow loss to Casa Macedo a couple of years back now when the Australian Speed Car Championship was right here. What a memorable event that was when Michael Pickens, Caden Brown, I know Carson, Caleb, they all went toe-to-toe. It was an outstanding main event. So Daniel Timberlake in the 14. Troy Hose, boys, the other night in the big wheels truck alignments, number 57. He's driven everything there is to drive in Speedway. Right from a street stock to a 410 sprint car, and now he's back to a speed car. And he was decent on New Year's Day. Lights are out, Jake Morrell. Watch for Matt Jackson coming from deep. Watch for Jay Waugh. This should be good. Lights are out.
10 laps on the board. Speed Cars, Beasley Memorial Heat Race number 1 is a go. Hose, Hurd on that outside groove. Look at this. We're too wide here in turn 1 and 2. The reworked track working wonders at this point. Hose trying to hold on as much as he can. 1 lap, he's in the books at this point. Hose leads from Hurd. Hurd in P2. Timberlake, Booker, Curry. All in close succession, as well as Mills. So Mills, oh, look at the 2-way battle, 3-way battle out of turn 4. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Booker, Timberlake, Curry, Mills, all involved in that one. Hose still leads us. 8 laps will turn into 7 very shortly. Oh, just washes off a little bit of speed. Dan Timberlake in that 14 car. He's currently in P4. He's got Curry behind him. Wright coming through. Yes, he does. Curry moves up 1 spot. Mills trying to move up 1 spot. They avoid contact in turn 3 and 4 as well. So the Dutton Garage, number 10, moves up to P5. He's got Caleb Curry in front of him. Can he close? In front of Curry is Booker in P3. Hurd in P2. Your leader, he's putting on a performance and a half at this point. He's out. There's no battle between first and second. Curry's in third, but he wants second, and he wants it now. Comes up to the back of Hurd, just gets off the gas. Had to slow down in 3 and 4. 4 laps to run in this. Heat race number 1, of course. And it is action aplenty as Curry again. Goes side by side with Hurd. Goes now, he pulls one in. He moves up 1 spot. Mills wants part of the action as well. He was in 4th. He wants to demote Hurd. Curry's in there. He's secured 2nd at this point. Mills has secured 3rd. Hurd's been relegated back to 4th. Booker's coming in now as well. Joey Lostich, Jay Waugh, Matt Jackson and Zoe Pearce all deep in this one. 1 to run. Next time by will be the white flag for our leader of Troy Hose in the V57. He started out of P2. He moved up 1 spot and has done a tremendous job. He'll have 1 challenger behind him in Caleb Curry. Lostich has been able to move up as well on Mills. They've been going at it deep in this one. Lostich started out of P7. He's now up to P3. Doing a wonderful job as the checkered flag comes out for Troy Hose in the V57. Caleb Curry was good enough for 2nd. Joey Lostich in P3. Travis Mills in P4. Robert Hurd in P5. Rounds out your top 5 finishes. So Troy Hose picks up the win here with Caleb Curry in P2. And Joey Lostich as well was doing wonders from P7. So Booker seems to have gone around on that back straight there once the checkers were out. We'll see if we can catch up with Troy Hose as he'll make his way down to Gavin White in our FSR equipped victory lane for heat race number 1 for our speed cars.
Pumped up would Troy Hose be. He's been so generous with his time to volunteer at so many clubs over the years. He's been a long-time competitor throughout street stocks, super rods. I've got to be honest, I've lost count. Young Cody's been in race cars as well as the sprint car. Come on, folks, put your hands together for your Heat 1 winner in a very strong field. The Big Wheels truck alignment number 57 of Troy Hose. What are you up to, Troy Hose? Just when I thought you'd seen it all, you wheel out of the bag a speed car. How you feeling, mate?
Pretty excited, actually.
Is that really cool? The big difference to what you've been doing, mate, and why are you doing it?
Our bucket list, mate. You want to do something, you got to chase it and do it. I can't do it without my family support. Mel and Baz back home. Mel said she'd never watch me a speed car, but I bet you she was watching that one, and the kids up on the hill. And Cody, man, thanks, dude. You put an awesome car. Track was okay. Like, it was a good track once we buzzed all the snot off, but yeah.
You've only got a Kiwi behind you and a guy by the name of Travis Mills, and you outrun them, mate. Stout job.
Oh, well, it's just the luck of a draw. I think we had a good start. I just knew I had to bite it in. I played around a bit on the hot laps a bit just to see what was up there. I hit the snot up there a couple of times. I come in way too hot, but yeah. Anyway, we we've got a pole, so that's pretty cool, I reckon.
The smile says it all, Hosey.
Yeah, I can't do it without these guys on here. As we're a family-run team, and I have a crack at everything. Miguel's are racing juniors this year, and the plan is Cody will probably jump in this big girl and let him have a go. But I just want to get a few things on the board before he gets in and shows me up.
I'm tipping you'll be back to work pretty promptly, mate. It's an expensive game, you know that, but you do an amazing job.
Thanks, man. Thanks to you guys too, and thanks to Premier.
Well done, Troy Hose, your Heat 1 winner in the 57 car. Did you hear that, mate? Might be getting in the big girl. I sealed the deal for you. Good job, Codes. We get set for heat race number 2 as we'll take a break. Come back with the starting lineup.
The Tyre Factory Warrnambool, more than just tyres. The team at the Tyre Factory Warrnambool not only specialise in helping you with your tyre needs, but other mechanical needs as well. The Tyre Factory Warrnambool have all the leading brands of tyre, including Hankook, Maxxis and BFG, plus a number of wheel packages and wheel alignments. Get in touch with the Tyre Factory Warrnambool for all your mechanical needs, more than just tyres.
Heat race number 2 for the speed cars is out on circuit, being pushed off now. This one will be brought to you by Quest Apartments. That's a pair of Matts on the front row. Matt Brown will start in P1 in the V6. On the outside will be the V25 of Matt Papper. At a P3 will be the S6 of Jack McCarthy. On the outside will be the V10M of Caleb Mills. The S11 of Hayden Williams will start out at P5. At a P6 will be the V55 of Danny Smith. At a P7 will be the V12 of Justin McMinn. On the outside will be the V16 of Scott Thompson. And at a P9 will be the V88 of Craig Smith. At a P10 will be the V39 of Nick Parker. And the 11th spot here will be the W7 of Tom Payette. And what a juicy end of the field this one is with Nick Parker, Tom Payette. This one, of course, brought to you by Quest Apartments.
Conveniently located in the heart of the business and dining district is Quest Warrnambool, with spacious 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments and townhouses that are all purpose-built and fully self-contained. There's studio and motel-style accommodation available as well. Long-stay relocation rates are available, as well as short getaway rates, and Quest Warrnambool offers great value for money for the business traveller or holiday maker. Quest Warrnambool offers a great family barbecue and solar heated pool area. To find out more, check out their website at www.questwarrnambool.com.au or phone 5564 1200. That's 5564 1200.
Look at this one, ladies and gentlemen. Heat race number 2. We put 10 laps on the board once again. Matt Brown, Matt Papper will start on that front row. Watch out for Caleb Mills on the second row on that outside groove. Nick Parker and Tom Payette to come from the rear of this one. We get ready for an entertaining 10 laps to come. Green flag is aloft. Often racing here, Matt Papper will lead us, but for how long? Look at Caleb run the top. Brown trying to hold on for second. There's a lot coming for him. Contact as well. McMinn trying to make his way through in that 12 car, as well as Hayden Williams in the 11. So Williams is moved up, same as McMinn, and there's contact deep in this one. Parker was involved, but it looks like Danny Smith will be the one that will bring on the cautions. Here in turn 1 and 2, we're just one lap down. And that was getting close. You could just see that mid-pack battle going on. Caleb Mills was involved, Hayden Williams, Justin McMinn. Nick Parker got tangled up, but he was able to continue through. There was some real interesting stuff here developing, only one lap in. Anderson Bobcat T-Rex will be in action to remove that car from Danny Smith, the Bumblebee 55, and we'll go to a single final restart. And you didn't want a bit of entertainment. Look at this. You've got it right here in front of us. Hayden Williams essentially forced his way through in turn 3 and 4. He was 3-4 deep. He's seen an opportunity. He's seen the door open up. And he went right through it himself. I apologise. That car that was spun around was Craig Smith, the V88. There's no Danny Smith out there in that 55. Unfortunately, he had some issues earlier on in the night with engine starts. Big hello to Toby Smith. Our thoughts go with you in the passing, of course, of Shane Smith in recent times. So single file restart here, 9 to run. The 25 of Matt Papper will lead us off. Hayden Williams at this point is in P2. Jack McCarthy in P3. The Speedway Shop number 6. You can't miss that out on track. Caleb Mills will line up behind him in P4. Justin McMinn in P5. Matt Brown as well in P6. So we get ready to go back to green flag racing here. Heat race number 2 for our speed cars for the Beasley Memorial for 2023. And we're back underway. Papper leads us. Look at McCarthy try and come through. He's in P3 at the moment, but he's not happy there. He's gone to that mid-groove. The door is open wide. Have a look at Hayden Williams. Perfect opening lap from Williams. McCarthy sneaks through as well. Papper gets relegated a couple of spots. McMinn comes through. Nick Parker's trying to move up a couple of spots as well. Caleb Mills been relegated. The S1, one of Hayden Williams.
Scotty Thompson it is, mate, the Victoria 16, the ABSS entry. Just got a little loose, went around and it got on the soft left rear and upended the entry. So the front right is still spinning. Crash crew quickly on the scene. They'll make that quick assessment. I got a feeling that it was relatively gentle. He just might have stepped up above that groove on the bottom. So unfortunately, Scotty Thompson brings on the reds. Gee, Hayden Williams is legit, isn't he? I know that we spoke to Troy Jordan at the start of tonight's show, and he was pretty pleased with what he's got. We need to find the date too, Gary. This will be one for you. Sent a buzz through not only the venue here, but when Troy Jordan announced that he's got Thomas Meserole, T-Mez, stepping into the car for the National Speed Car title. I'd like to remind everybody when that will be, and he will be a show and a half as the Americans are certainly, and the Kiwis are allowed to contest our National Speed Car Championship. Sydney's Eastern Creek Speedway will be the venue, the host venue. So Hayden Williams currently leading in that 11S. Jack McCarthy was doing a stout job as well in the second of the Speedway Shop SA6 cars. So it looks like Scotty Thompson in the ASS car is good to go. Now, I don't think he'll restart, Jake, but he just got himself around in turn number 3 and 4 and caused that red. Now, he's still strapped in, so whether or not that's a good sign, we'll keep you posted on that one.
Yeah, we'll certainly watch with interest as that car looks like it maybe just pushed to the infield and won't take any further part at this point. Of course, our safety crew just taking a precautious approach on things here. Still 7 laps to run in this one, and as Gav said, Hayden Williams has definitely been putting on a dominant performance so far in heat race number 2. Troy Ho's picked up heat race number 1 for the speed cars in that V57. And Hayden Williams will have 7 laps to essentially hold on as the red lights will turn to amber and we'll get back underway. Push cars will come behind and get everybody back started. Still got a lot to play out in this one. Tom Payette currently in that top 4 spot. Caleb Mills, Nick Parker is deep in 6 and 7 respectively. So with 7 laps to run and this track, you've seen as well, McCarthy tried to go upstairs, or that mid-groove, shall I say, in 3 and 4 to see what was there. He had momentum, then tucked back down to the bottom. A little bit of research and development going on throughout the heat racing. Before tonight's features, of course, still plenty of action to come. We've got the speed cars that are out there at the moment. We've got the Formula 500s, which are running for the Jack Wilshere Cup. This is the 21st running of the Jack Wilshere Cup. $5,000 on the line. And the SummerSlam for the wingless, of course, approaches tonight after their event at HB Stockfeed Simpson Speedway last night. The single file restart once again. We'll just get this final order and then we'll take the lights away and we'll be right to go here. Gary Ross, I know that you're a big Nick Parker fan, but I also know that you're a big Tom Payette fan as well.
True. Very true.
How do you split the difference between the two?
Yeah, you can't.
Who finishes ahead out of these two?
Wow.
Payette or Parker? You're going to sit on the fence again, aren't you? You are a regular sitter on the fence.
I'm going Tom Payette.
Tom Payette currently in a really good spot. So this time by, it seems like the Lights will go out. Hayden Williams and that S11 will lead us. McCarthy, 2 SA cars in 1-2 respectively. McMinn in P3, Tom Payette, Caleb Mills. And we go back to Parker. So we get ready to go back to green flag racing here. And we're green. Look at McCarthy trying to put it to Williams early on that opening lap. He's out to a nice lead. Williams, you can't ask for much more than that from Williams. 3-4 car lengths between first and second. McCarthy's in P2. He's going to have a battle on his hands. McMinn and Payette coming. Look at that, McCarthy. Can he hold on for P2? Oh, there was contact deeper in the field in this one. Payette just washed off a bit of speed. He's going to redress right in front of Caleb Mills. That got dangerous for a second, but Williams, that allowed a little bit of breathing space for our leader. Comes through now to start-finish shoot. Puts 4 to run in this one. McCarthy in P2. There's a quarter of a straightaway between first and second. McCarthy in second, McMinn in third. Not within striking distance at the moment for McMinn on McCarthy. Parker's moved up to 4. He's gone to the bottom. Payette's got back onto the speed and on the gas, and he's continuing after Parker. You got to think Tom Payette essentially almost looped it in turn 3 and 4, but now continues in P5. 2 to run. White flag will come out next time by for Hayden Williams. He was good. He started from P5. He's moved up to P1. White flag is out. His next component, Jack McCarthy, is right behind him. He's just gone through for his final lap now. McMinn. Parker's got a battle on with Tom Payette. This is the only battle that's still developing at this point. Parker in P4, Payette in P5. Checkers will come out for Williams. McCarthy in P2, McMinn, Parker and Payette. Oh, Payette will get it. Payette in P4, Nick Parker in P5. That is your top 5 finishers, and Hayden Williams all the way from P5 moves up and takes maximum points here in heat race number 2 for our speed cars.
We said he's legit, didn't we? Oh boy. Tom Payette off the back of a win Friday night at the Mount, and then also last night at Simpson, almost tossed it away. You saw him, Jake. I heard you call it mid-race. He was all but around in the jolly good Auto Electrics WA7. He's rolling off the back chute now in the south, right in front of the Southwest Conveyancing Grandstand. United Forklift and Access Solutions entry. How good is this hot rod? Esslinger powered, the Jordan Brothers Racing. So that would mean that Eden is implicated in this one as well. Come on, folks, how about a round of applause for the Kiwi in the field? Hayden Williams picks up the win. Man, it's good to see you. Welcome to the Bull, Hayden. How'd you find that, mate?
Yeah, no, it's been a track I've wanted to tick off the bucket list for a few years now. I'm happy to be over here. It's an awesome facility here. It's just a shame the track's pretty one lane and rubber down now, but I'm sure the guys will tear it up and get it racing for us for the feature. It's a pleasure to be here, and had really good hospitality throughout the three races so far this trip. So it's I'm really happy.
Jordan Brothers give you a good race car, clearly.
Yeah, no, the car's been awesome every night. We just had a bit of bad luck with some engine issues, and we got taken out of the feature last night. But it's been pretty fast every time we hit the track, and it's a credit to all the guys and girls back there. They've put together an awesome race car, and I'm just grateful to be here to drive for them.
I'm looking forward to the main event. You're right. They'll tickle that track and they'll bring it back in, and I find there'll be a top and a bottom, hopefully, for you to go to work. But you're in a good spot at the moment with the heat race win. Yeah,
no, really looking forward to hopefully banging the boards later on.
Good job, Hayden Williams, your heat race winner in the Jordan Brothers, number 11. As we get set, heat number 5, the DW Motorcycles Jack Wilshire Cup, paying $5 grand.
And we've had a rework track at this point, so all cars are being pushed off, and we'll get a little bit of temperature in these motors, and then we'll line them up, and essentially we'll go from there. So we're coming towards the conclusion of tonight. C-Main, done and dusted, top 5. We took those for the wingless for the SummerSlam. We now get through 2 heat races here for our speed cars. Then we'll move on, Gary Ross, to our B-Mains. B-Main number 1 and B-Main number 2 for our Formula 500. So we're almost at the pointy end now.
Yeah, you're spot on, Jake. And then we'll move on from there with our wingless sprint B-Main. The speed cars, A-Main, the Beasley Memorial event. Then the Jack Wilshere Cup, and rounding it out with the final of the SummerSlam Series, night number 3.
I like how you just bypassed the Jack Wilshere Cup. $5,000. I know you just said it with a low tone there.
Okay.
You've got to get up and about, Gary Ross.
Here we go. Let me do this again. So, coming up, it will be the $5,000 to win Jack Wilshere Cup for the Formula 500s. I'm looking forward to it. We've got some speed car events still to go. Jake Morrell, have you got a grid draw for heat race number 3?
I like Gary Ross up and about. Too many cordials over there in that right-hand corner. Heat race number 3 for the speed cars. Nick Parker will start on pole in the V39. On his outside will be Matt Jackson in the N97. Scott Thompson will start out at a P3 in the V16. On his outside will be the V22 of Joe Lostich. At a P5 will be the V55 of Danny Smith, who's not out there at the moment. P6 will be the V10 of Travis Mills. Caleb Mills will start as well. On that next row on the outside will be the V50 of Ashley Booker. Matt Papper, Dan Timberlake, and of course Zoe Pierce will join us here in that V71 thanks to Domain Ramsey. Green flag is up. We get set to go back racing here at Premier Speedway for the Beasley Memorial for 2023, and look at Parker. Runs through the snot, as Troy Hose would say. He goes now upstairs in 3 and 4. So trying to do a couple of different lines here. Some good battles going on with Parker. He's trying to hold on with Joey Lostich. Lostich has got a battle as well with Matt Jackson. Travis Mills goes upstairs in 3 and 4, so this track is getting racy. Joey Lostich trying to put one in with Nick Parker, couldn't quite make it work. Matt Jackson occupies P3 at the moment. Travis Mills in P4, and Mills is upstairs. Look at him go, he's putting experience where he can. Matt Papper behind Mills in P5. Booker, Caleb Mills as well. He's trying to move up a couple of spots. Needs to put on some confidence boosting performances here for Caleb Mills. He's had a horrid travelling over the last month or so. Parker leads it now, he's upstairs in 1 and 2. Joey Lostich in P2, Matt Jackson in P3. Look at Squizzy Mills come now, Gary Ross. Look at Squizzy. He's on the top side and he's running it down, about to knock down the door of Matt Jackson.
Yeah, he's coming around up on that high line. Still Nick Parker, your race leader. Then back behind Parker, it's Joe Lostich. And also Matt Jackson and Travis Squizzy Mills. He's in position number 4. Papa back further in position 5. Matt Jackson has an issue. So Matt Jackson brings on the yellows. Oh my giddy aunt.
So we'll just take a breath. I was worried with Caleb Mills if he had any contact, but it looks like he'll bring himself to the infield now. Gav White might be able to confirm. Is that a front left? Or maybe some front steering damage going on there for that Mills car? Just looks a little bit of Jason up here.
Yeah, a long way to see from here, mate. I'll see if I can square him off and see exactly what's up. Matt Jackson was off the pace. He was trying to coast to the infield. Just didn't make it. Oh, maybe, maybe not. Camels, what's up, buddy? What's up, mate?
The thing just died on me, just sort of went off like a dropped a cylinder sort of thing. So it wasn't getting hot, which is all right considering, you know, this thing's been getting hot the last few nights. So don't know what the goal is then. We'll have to get it back in the pits and have a look.
Shame, mate. Such a big weekend and a big night.
Yeah, I mean, I look so forward to this weekend every year, and last night was pretty disappointing coming up the front from the back. So we'll just go again tonight.
Back upstairs, Jake.
Here we go. Nick Parker will lead us away, and he goes upstairs, then goes to the low momentum drop there. So Parker from Joey Lostich, Travis Mills in P3. So Lostich and Mills will re-engage their battle for second and third respectively as Mills. Oh, he came in hot and heavy in turn 3 and 4 with Joey Lostich. Unfortunately, bounced off and hit the wall there midway through 3 and 4. Red lights will come on for the V22 of Joey Lostich. You could just see Travis Mills. He came in real hot there in 3 and 4. He had the pass. He thought he was maybe through before he could sneak back up to the racetrack, and then open up 4, but unfortunately Joey Lostich was there holding his ground, and red lights will come on. Very disappointing to see there between those two, a real hard battle. Nick Parker was out in front. You've seen him, essentially what happened was when we got to that restart, he took him nice and high in 3 and then bottomed out on 4. So a couple of competitors running over here and there, but we'll get back underway. So everyone can see the safety crew have just made sure that Joey Lostich is A-OK, and that one still got 4 laps to run here. Nick Parker will lead us off. He's picked up a podium finish essentially in his last 2 outings. First night, of course, being at Mount Gambier Borderline Speedway, and then last night at Heytesbury Stockfeed Simpson Speedway. And before that, Gary Ross has essentially been unstoppable. As we look at a replay here for the folks at home, thanks to Fitz Media Productions. Look at the replay. You can just see Mills's cars, the inside, those stitches on the outside. 2 white cars, they make contact just before that infield tractor. That's that entry into turn 3. Mills gets away. He escapes there, but Joey Lostich gets up and over. Lucky did he rewrites. Look at that one. They come side by side essentially into 3. Contacts made with the right rear of Mills and the left rear of Joey Lostich. And that angle, it's an ugly angle, isn't it, Gary Ross, when they make contact with the right rear and the left rear there?
Yeah, and unfortunately, you've just got to hang on for the ride then. Thankfully, we'll be able to get back underway in just a few minutes' time.
Certainly will. Now, Gary Ross, during the break that we had there with the track crew, I went and had a look at the van.
Did you?
The Fitz Media Production van, and I tell you what, Harry and Alex have got more screens than you can poke a stick at, more buttons that I reckon you would have a heart attack looking at the amount of buttons that are in that van.
And barely room to swing a cat. Yeah.
But they do a tremendous job, and credit to Harry and Alex and Fitzy as well, and the whole crew that have made this happen. I hope everybody's enjoying the action at home. It's coming through to you nice and clean and clear and
strong. Strong streams. That's
Says
what
Gary
we want.
Ross. Doing a wonderful job. No doubt the 4-wide crew as well as give us a preview coming up to the 50th running of the Southwest Conveyancing Grand Annual Sprint Car Classic. A number of interviews tonight. I've enjoyed watching J-Mac. I know J-Mac's here. James McFadden's watching here. He listened to himself down here on the front straight with an interview with Gav White.
Are you sure about that?
He was here.
Yeah, but are you sure he was listening to
himself? Well, I reckon he tunes out sometimes when me and you speak.
Or
you and
I.
I.
Yourself. Righto.
Nick Parker will pick us up here on pole. 4 laps to go. Reds will turn into yellows. The SCS four-wheel drive entry. The Beretta as well. Big shout out to the Lacey family. They're getting more and more popular, no doubt, as well. Not only in speed cars, but sprint cars. And no doubt we'll cover some even further classes. I wonder if he's going to do a speedway kart at some point. Might have to give him a bit of a buzz. A Beretta speedway kart. What do you reckon?
You go for it. Yes, absolutely. And you might be able to develop something and
we've gone down a rabbit hole, haven't we, Gary Ross?
Yeah.
We're almost away here. 4 laps to go. Nick Parker will lead us. 5 cars. Zoe Pearce will join us up in that Indy race parts. And at the moment, looks like she'll try and slot in for P3 at this point. So this will be a pressure moment for Zoe Pearce in that top 3. Nick Parker is there. Of course, Travis Mills will go to the rear in this one. Matt Papper will move up in that V25. Zoe Pearce behind. So we watch with 4 laps to run. Parker takes us away. Papper in P2. Scotty Thompson as well. He's out there. Look for Squizzy Mills. He'll try and move up as many spots as he can. Parker goes upstairs in turn 3 and 4. Papper goes downstairs in 3 and 4. So the story of 2 tails here. We watch as well Zoe Pearce. He's got Mills to the outside. So Squizzy side by side with Zoe Pearce. Won't that be one for the memory bank for Zoe Pearce? as Mills again tries to round up Pearce, who's in P3. Now he promotes himself up. He'll go after Matt Papper. So from second to last, back to second. White flag will come out now for your leader, Nick Parker. Has done it from the drop of the green. Can he hold on? I reckon he will be. 2 turns to go for your leader. Papper and Mills will go at it in the final turn. Checkered flag will come out for Nick Parker. Matt Papper in P2, Travis Mills in P3. A great effort from Zoe Pearce, who picks up a P4 spot there. And Scotty Thompson in the V6 rounds out our top 5 finishers here. So we got that one done and dusted. 10 laps on the board. That's heat race number 3 for our speed cars for the Beasley Memorial for 2023. One more heat race to come for the speed cars, as Gary Ross said, and then we move into essentially all the features tonight here at Premier Speedway SunGold Stadium. We'll go downstairs very shortly with Gavin White, who's got Nick Parker, who almost...
He nearly missed. It's got big, beautiful signs, the FSR equipped Victory Lane. Got a little message through earlier on too. Do we confirm that the National Speed Car title is in Sydney, Eastern Creek Speedway, on March 2 to 4. So that was off the back of the announcement that Troy Jordan in the S11 will have Thomas Meserole in the car. Before we get to that, we've got a heat race winning interview here with Nick Parker, driver of the 39 in the SCS four-wheel drive centre, the Beretta. Come on, folks, put your hands together for Nick Parker. Gee, you get better and better every time I see you on this little bull ring, mate. You just look so comfortable out there. Those final 3 or 4 laps after that restart, you just let her eat. It looks so good.
Yeah, I actually felt the other way around. Played with the shocks a little bit and seemed to actually free it up on corner exit there. So I was just like, woo, just bring it home, you know what I mean? You've done the hard work now. And you know, I'm glad the track started to come to us now. I was a little bit lost in the first heat, but I think, you know, if they can keep that top in like that, she's going to be a real racer for the final.
And we think so too. I know there was a lot of heat on it today and a lot of traffic as well since just on 4:30 p.m. and you're wheeling it well. You confident, Nick, at the moment?
Yeah, look, quietly confident. You know, I feel like we definitely got a top 3 car. We have all weekend. Just got to, just stay on top of our moves and not be too soft with my changes. I've got a habit of not being aggressive enough when I'm setting it up. So hopefully, you know, we just go for broke tonight and maybe get a win.
You need a note on your dash to tell you to get after it. Who would you like to thank, Nick?
All my crews. It's a long, hard weekend for everyone, and they know who they are. They're doing a killer job. My sponsors, Jeff from SES Full Drive. I've seen him out there on the back straight. Thanks for coming, Jeff. Beretta Chassis, Slade Shocks, Eagle Finance, all our sponsors, they all chip in and they make it work.
How many are in your team, mate? There's a large crew on the 39.
Yeah, there's 5 or 6, 5 full-timers, and we definitely have a few guys that come and help out when we've got local shows, so that's great too, you know, every bit helps.
Heat 4 pushing off. We'll take a break, come back with a starting lineup.
Welcome to Neart Tide, Portland's own gin distillery. Our distillery has been decades in the making.
Lights.
C main, a B main, and the only thing to come now is the 3 will be Nick Parker.
Let's do it, let's do it.
3 will be Nick Parker. 3 will be Nick Parker. In that 39 car on the outside will be Caleb Curry. At a P5 will be the 6S of Jack McCarthy. At a P6 will be Jay Waugh. At a P7 will be Travis Mills. And that V10 on the outside will be the V25 of Matt Papper. At a P9 will be the V57 of Troy Hose. At a P10 will be the S57 of Robert Hurd. At a P11 will be the V71 of Zoe Pearce. And at a P12 will be the V12 of Justin McMinn. At a P13 will be the V6 of Matt Brown. On his outside in P14 will be the V75 of Jack Day. At a P15 will be the V16 of Scott Thompson. At a P16 will be the M10 of Caleb Mills. At a P17 will be the N97 of Matt Jackson. On his outside in P18 will be the V88 of Craig Smith. And rounding out our 19 car field will be the V50 of Ash Booker. This one, of course, brought to you by R&M Security.
Don't let a rowdy crowd ruin your function. Let R&M Security Services keep it under control. Rod McKenzie and his team are all highly trained licensed security staff with years of experience in the business, servicing various community organisations throughout the southwest, including the Warrnambool and District Football Netball League, Port Fairy Folk Festival, Premier Speedway and Freezer events. If you need crowd controllers, guards, patrols or a cash escort, then you need the professionals in security. R&M Security Services. Their reputation speaks for itself. Contact them on 55 611 793.
Boy, Ash Booker might be done before we start. Justin McMinn, one of the last cars to push off. The McMinn Motorsports V12. The story of this one, Jake Morrell, is can Tom Payette go 3 from 3? He won at Borderline Speedway on Friday night for the SA Speed Car title. He backed that up with a win last night at H. Christophe B. Simpson Speedway for the Victorian title. Now he's got the Beasley Memorial right here at SunGold Stadium. 25 laps goes up on the board. They'll get the direction to form up and we'll go racing. There's certainly some stories to play out here. Nick Parker picked up a second place last time at the Beasley Memorial here at SunGold Stadium. Will he go one better? Last year's winner, of course, was Nathan Smee from New South Wales. Hurd was third. Matt Jackson was fourth. You've got to go back to 2017-18, where it was run at Avalon Raceway, where the last Western Australian picked it up, Dane Kingshot. And isn't that a name that we've seen in Speedway over the last couple of years? Dominating so far. 25 laps on the board. Here we go. So one more circulation around.
Fortunately, it looks like Caleb Mills will take no part into tonight's A-main feature. So Booker is out as well. Booker out, Caleb Mills is out. Travis Mills is still in there. The last time he won it was 2012, 2013 when it was held at Wangaratta. Of course, that day Andy Pearce picked up a second place. So some stories still to unfold here. What will happen in 25 laps? Come on, everybody, join us for the Beasley Memorial for 2023. Let's go racing. And we're away. Williams gets us off to a great start. He's going to have his hands full as Payette. I thought he had more momentum out of 2, but just got held up on that high line at the moment. Parker's gone to the inside. Top 3. Look at Payette. He continues to the top. This time was a bit better. They're side by side in the back straight. Into 3 and 4, and it's Williams just. He'll lead the second lap in, but I tell you what, Payette just got him. Now it's better for Payette. Sits comfortably on that top groove, Tom Payette. Williams in second, but Parker's there as well. Parker moves through. Parker to 2, Williams to 3rd. Everybody following the leader up top in 1 and 2. Curry in P4, Mills in P5, Jay Ward, McCarthy, McMinn, Hurd and Pearce. All in a top 10 spot at this point. So Zoe Pearce has been able to get control of this absolute beast and continue in a top 10 spot. 20 laps are now on the board here. And it's Tom Payette that's gone upstairs. It's Nick Parker that's right behind him. There's 2 or 3 car lengths between first and second. You can double that distance back to 3rd. Hayden Williams is there with Caleb Curry. Behind Curry is Mills. That's your top 5 at the moment. Mills just in that. Jay War is behind him. Everybody comfortably spread out across the speedway at this point. No one within attacking distance. Some battles going on deeper. But 2 and 3 are close now. Parker and Williams. And I tell you what, Gavin White, sometimes you don't want to be good too early, but Tom Payette looks good so far.
He's just been superb, hasn't he? For the first time, Hayden Williams goes back to the bottom, the SA11. Just has a cheeky little peek as he runs up on Parker. This is the chess match. How long do you stay on the top groove? Payette knows he's good. He's catching the mark markers. Nobody showed their nose. But that'll change shortly as Nick Parker thunders through to the lead. The 39 car has gone to the bottom. Here comes Payette to go with him. Oh, just in front of the back markers. That was a little sketchy as Parker. Interestingly enough, when he won his earlier heat race, he didn't feel comfortable. And he's put it to the top step. He'll sail by Day on the outside. This time there'll be 14 to run. Payette, he's gone back to work through the middle. Williams upstairs. Caleb Curry. Travis Mills still maintains the top 5. Gee, the chess match is unfolding. Once Parker clears the 25 of Papa, now he's got clear track, but have a look at that. Maybe about half a lap. Will he get to them? He's been simply sensational. Picked his moment and went by. 12 to run. Nick Parker, the Beasley Memorial here on a Sunday night at SunGold Stadium. For the speed cars is in full flight. Caleb Curry swings to the outside and goes by Williams. So Hayden Williams now been bumped to 4th. Curry's to 3rd. Still Travis Mills maintains 5th. Jay Ward, Jack McCarthy from Robert Hurd, McMinn and Matt Jackson in 10th. Everybody watching this battle as this time there'll be 10 to run. Parker's on the top now. Payette's gone cruising the bottom, looking for a little bit. Here he comes. He's got to within 2 car lengths as they drag race down the back chute. Parker with a flame belching from the 39 as he will just lead the lap. Boy, that was close. Payette, the United Forklifts and Access Equipment Jolly Good Auto Electrics, number 7, goes back to the front. A seesawing battle here at the Bull. The Beasley Memorial for Speed Cars. This time with 8 to run. Payette, Parker, Williams, back to Curry. And Travis Mills, Jake Morrell. This is not over yet, and it's proving to be a belter.
Look at this. You said it was a game of chess, and that's exactly what it is at the moment. Williams has been able to move up on Parker. Tom Payette is your leader, 7 to run. 1, 2, and 3 have been upstairs, then they've gone downstairs. So we're now going to have 6 to run. Look at Curry run the top. The SE, the S6, trying to run the top there in turn 1 and 2, trying to gain on him. Now there'll be 5 to run. Your leader, Payette. Can he run away with it? Is he going to be hard challenged on this? Parker sitting there as well. He may be a victim from Curry. Lap traffic to play a part for your leader. Tries to get through. He's A-OK. Everything's all good for Williams. Payette has been relegated 1 spot to P2. So Hayden Williams, the 11S, leads us at this point. It's going to have a problem with Zoe Pierce, the Indy Race Part 71, just holding up, tries to go the inside. Williams, will that be enough to open up a gap? Gets through, 3 and 4, contact with Pierce. Williams gets through, so there's 1 car between first and second. Tom Payette. Payette's in second. Williams in first, Payette in second, Curry in third. Parker was so good so early, but he's now been relegated to P4 at this point. White flag now comes out for your leader. McMinn has got a side panel coming out, but it's going to get through. Hayden Williams on the back straight. The 11S comes into turn 3 and 4 with the checkers open. We'll pick up the Beasley Memorial for 2023. Tom Payette will be in P2, Caleb Curry in P3, Nick Parker, Travis Mills. Round out your top 5 finishers. How good was that, ladies and gentlemen? Nick Parker led for a number of laps. Hayden Williams was coming, but Payette took the lead, then Williams took the lead. Curry was coming to the top. It was all happening, and there was action aplenty for the full 25-lap distance. And you could not blink because you were going to miss something.
Come on, folks, bang your hands together. The Jordan Brothers Racing S11 of the Kiwi, Hayden Williams, picks up the win. I thought he was shot. He was gone for all money when he was third. I honestly thought that. He went back to work, searched all over SunGold Stadium and found some drive. He got back to second. Tom Payette is the race leader, Jake. We say it so often. He's the proverbial sitting duck. Just an incredibly cool drive from that 11 car as he rolls through turn 3 and 4. Come on, folks, if you're up there on Mount Max, don't be frightened to bang your hands together for Hayden Williams, current New Zealand speed car, or midget champion as they're known. And Williams has come back to the Bull. What a drive from Caleb Curry as well. That S6E, the Speedway shop entry, was superb, just pounding the top. He managed to make his way into a solid position on the podium in third. And Tom Payette, well, what can you say about him? A feature win, and a runner-up. Huge thanks to Rod Bennett and the team allowing the 7 car to be here over the 3 nights. Just outstanding. So we are now set for the Formula 500s. Just clearing the infield here in a moment as Hayden Williams pulls up as well. Boy, Nick Parker to the lead to the 4th, and I know that he'll be disappointed with that, but he is carrying himself in some huge company. Come on, folks, he'll celebrate in style. How about it as he gets a checkered flag, driving the Jordan Brothers, number 11, give it up for the Kiwi, Hayden Williams. So many stories, so many tales about the woulda, couldas and shouldas. We'll line them up in a moment. We're going to catch a word with all of our presentations at the end of tonight's wingless event. Look at the legs on Troy Jordan as he is now a winning car owner. A lot of congratulations from his peers, and I know they're all pleased for Troy Jordan. How good. We're going to do our presentations at the conclusion, Troy, but how pumped up are you with that? He wheeled this 11 car. He needed to be good, and he was.
Man, that kid, he's just unbelievable. You know, Eden and I have worked so hard on this team, and the last couple of nights have been pretty hard on us, and then to get rewarded tonight, just absolutely fantastic. The whole crew did such a good job, and Hayden, thanks, man.
Love it. Troy Jordan, Hayden Williams. We'll push him back to the infield of all of our presentations. Will be back just at the conclusion of the wingless sprint main event. So we thank everybody for their support tonight. Formula 500 starting lineup, Jake Morrell for the $5,000 to win. Jack Wilshire Cup is looking like this.
Certainly is. Starting on pole will be the USA number 12 of Alex Pernella. On his outside,
cars here tonight. It's a time-honoured event here at SunGold Stadium. Hope everybody's still alive for us. So we're going to start with 4th place in the Beasley Memorial, driving the 39 car. Put your hands together for Nick Parker. I don't want to look like that guy that's going, come on, Nick, come on, Nick. Time's running, mate. Who would you like to thank?
All my crew. They've done a grouse job for me this weekend. It's been a hard work for everyone, and can't thank them all enough for letting me do what I do.
Enjoy it. Safe travels for the rest of the season, mate.
Yeah, thanks, and thanks for having us back here, and everyone, and congratulations to Hayden, Tom, Caleb. Everyone. It's just so great driving with these guys, and love it.
Well done, mate. Come on, folks. Nick Parker home in the 4th spot in the Beasley Memorial tonight. Continue the applause for your 3rd place getter, the first of the Kiwis. Make a little bit of noise for Caleb Curry. Dang, you're going to get one here one day, Caleb. Hell of a show tonight. You're pounding the top too.
Yeah, I tried to move down to the rubber, but, it wasn't my style. The car wouldn't really suit it, so I went to the wall, and it worked for us, but I can't thank the guys enough. I haven't been full confident this week in the car, and I just haven't been myself, and then finally tonight they gave me a car that I could just trust and, bang down the wall, and I'm back to my usual self, so hopefully we can continue from here.
It was exciting to watch, let me tell you. Who would you like to thank? Great team behind you.
Obviously all the team, the Speedway Shop, P&D Transport, Clark Performance, Lucas Oil, everyone else that helps in that car, all the car owners, all the crew. That car's just been mega. Obviously Jack as well, he's joined the team recently, so it's been a massive 2-car effort after we watered up 2 cars the other night. So we got no spares, we had to drive with caution, but hey, we made it in the end.
Well done. Congrats on the 3rd place.
Cheers, thank you.
Caleb Curry home in position number 3. Better late than never. Driving the WA7 to the runner-up spot. Make a little bit of noise for Tom Payette. Tommy. Wow. Woulda, coulda, shouldas. Probably doesn't pay to be leading, but nonetheless, great result tonight.
Yeah, mate. After the weekend that we've had, it's just topped it right off. So, just a credit to all the boys, and it's obviously a long way to come over here, and to be able to run up the front and get 2 wins, we were over the moon. So yeah, it's great.
Outstanding. Who would you like to thank, mate?
Just our sponsors. Trevor Jolly from Jolly Good Autos, Scotty Chatwin from Merger Contracting, Capone, Bennett Motorsport, Romeo Plumbing, United Fork Solutions. All these guys help us come all this way. It's definitely a long haul, and I'm proud to represent these guys.
As always, appreciate the show. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Tom Payette, everyone, and your runner-up spot. So the Beasley Memorial for 2023 goes back to the Kiwi, the land of the long white cloud. Make a little bit of noise for your feature race winner, Hayden Williams. Got yourself a happy team, Hayden. You wheeled that thing. At one point, I thought you were gone. You might have too, but you found that rubber and did a brilliant job tonight.
No, to be fair, I had a bit of a game plan in the back of my head, and I've done a lot of racing. It's my 11th season in a midget, so just kept the cool head. We didn't have the car speed early, but I knew my tyre would come on later, and the boys did a fantastic job tuning her up. This car's been superb to drive every night. We've hit the ground running. We've been, I think, second, first for qualifying. So to top it off, we had a bit of a rough run with the engine gremlin, and then got down a rough deal last night. But that's racing, and you just got to press on, and to come away with the win for these guys that have put in so much effort and work in the last 3 days is just awesome to see.
I'm really pleased for Troy Jordan. He's been around this game for a long, long time, and to have a smile on his face tonight, like you put on for him, was very pleasing for me.
Yeah, no, I really wanted to reward Eden and Troy. They've brought me over here and gave me a great opportunity in this car, and to reward them and the whole family and everyone involved with this team. It's just awesome. So just stoked to come away with the win, and then happy Canberra going on the plane home tomorrow.
I'm glad you had a game plan because it was chaos out in the top 5 or 6. It was a very good race to watch.
Yeah, obviously the track surface here, it starts to take rubber pretty quickly, and the track was actually really good for the feature, and just I knew that I just had to bide my time, and I started coming back to those guys. They obviously used up whatever they had pretty early, and those last 5 laps I just gave it all I had, and I was just happy to come away with the win, and like as I say, rewarded these guys for all their hard work.
Well done. Who else would you like to thank, mate, for an outstanding feature race win tonight?
Oh, I mean, there's too many people in this team to remember all their names, but everyone that's a part of this Jordan Rose racing, from the barbecue to the running around and all the girlfriends and the wives for dedicating their time or letting their husbands play. So it's just it's a whole team effort, and I just want to also thank all my friends and family back home for supporting me and watching the live stream. Cheers.
Appreciate the effort, mate. Well done tonight.
Thank you, mate.
Hayden Williams, your feature race winner in the Beasley Memorial. We'll get our top 4 place getters, including Nick Parker home in P4. Caleb's coming over, Tom Payette in the runner-up spot, and Hayden Williams. Beautiful job in the Jordan Brothers S11, your feature race winner tonight. So we'll assemble now our feature for the wingless sprints. We'll get our top 3 place getters in for the Summer Slam Foster Transport supported event here this evening for round number 3. So great team photo. Still one group of presentations to come here on the infield at SunGold Stadium. Look forward to having you back in 3 weeks' time when we kick off the 50th running of the Southwest Conveyancing Grand Annual Sprint Car Classic. So podium presentations coming up. Got a couple of hard luck and hard charger awards as well. So well done to the Speed Car fraternity for the Beasley Memorial presentations. They're in the books as we move now right into the wingless sprint.